We begin at 5 with breaking news out of East Lansing. MSU head football coach Mel Tucker has officially been fired.
Yes, Fox News' Woody Woodruff is here now with the very latest. Woody.
Yeah, and this is the admitted and undisputed behaviors which have brought public disrespect, contempt, and ridicule upon the university. That quote coming from the statement released today by Michigan State describing some of the reasons why head football coach Mel Tucker was fired for cause. That statement also stating that Tucker's actions constituted a breach of contract, a contract that had $79 million of the $95 million left on it. Tucker is under investigation for a sexual misconduct complaint and was suspended by the university without pay just over 2 weeks ago. Then MSU athletic director Alan Haller informed Tucker in a September 18th letter that the school intended to fire him for cause. The school opened up this investigation back in December, and there still remains a university hearing on this whole scenario set for next week. Tucker has come out against the firing for cause ruling and said in a statement last week that, quote, MSU does not care about my rights, the truth, or its future liability for policing its employees' private lives, end quote. This definitely closes the door to a chapter at Michigan State as far as the football team goes, because Harlan Barnett is now in charge of the team, a Spartan squad that lost 31-9 to Maryland last week, and they are at Iowa on Saturday. But this also comes down to that clause in his contract that we all know about. It's moral turpitude and any kind of disrespect in the university, and he's admitted to some of that stuff already, so I don't see how any way back for him, and it's now over as far as the university is concerned.
Right, I was going to say, could he appeal it? Could he fight it? But it sounds like he can't.
No, I don't think he can. I mean, he can bring all the lawsuits that he wants and things like that, but I think the university has the final say in this with this contract and that clause.
You wonder what his attorney is advising him on relative to that Title IX investigation, whether or not he can argue, hey, that wasn't a violation of Title IX because the woman wasn't an employee but a contractor. Some blurry lines there.
There are, and Tucker remains that this was consensual and all of that kind of stuff, but again, that clause comes in, any disrespect to the university, and this is what this is.
All right. Thanks, Woody, for that.
There's more in sports.
We'll see you then.
Tonight, amid the ongoing UAW strike, former President Trump is set to speak to past and present UAW workers in Metro Detroit. Trump will deliver remarks at Drake Enterprises in Clinton Township. And this comes just one day after President Biden visited auto workers on the picket line in Belleville.
And with the visit, Trump is skipping tonight's second presidential debate. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin joins us live with the latest from inside of Drake Enterprises for a big visit from former President Trump. Tell us what people are telling you there, Dave.
Yeah, the room's really filling up here. I got to tell you, a lot of folks who have been waiting for this moment, former President Trump to address auto workers, non-union auto workers for the most part here at Drake Enterprises, because this is an auto parts supplier that is in fact non-union. Let's go to some video right now, and here's what we can tell you. Trump's remarks will go up against the second Republican presidential debate. You may recall that he talked to Tucker Carlson during the same time the first Republican debate took place. So this is Trump's way. This event is his way of weighing in on the ongoing auto workers strike, and they're also threatening the union to expand it if the UAW cannot strike a deal with the Detroit 3 if they don't make significant progress by this Friday at 10 a.m. But notably, as we said, Drake Enterprises is a non-union auto parts company. President Trump, former President Trump, invited by the Drake Enterprises boss here. Trump is likely to talk about his claims of restoring manufacturing jobs back when he was president. He even took credit for the restoration of manufacturing jobs when he was president-elect before he officially took office. And he's likely, we're told, to talk about the impact of Michigan doing away with the right to work law earlier this year. Here's more from those waiting in line to get into the event.
I believe that it is important that Trump shows that he stands behind all of us workers, whether we're union or non-union.
I think he's going to talk about the American people and the corporate greed. I think that's what this is all about right here. This is what the rally is all about.
Now, interestingly, we heard this week from union workers, UAW members who were for both the Biden visit and for the Trump visit. Workers told us the other day, a couple of days ago, they really were looking forward to hearing from what both frontrunners in the 2024 contest have to say about working class jobs, about larger wages, about cost of living adjustments, inflation adjustments, things like that. There are some anti-Trump groups here, and we understand a protest taking place. Shut down Trump in Michigan by any means necessary is one of those groups. And also, we should point out, UAW President Shawn Fain has blasted Trump's visit here to talk with auto workers. He said that Trump is aligned with the billionaire class, not the working class. And Trump was asked, Fain was asked, Shawn Fain, the UAW president, was asked on national media if he would be willing to sit down with the former president to try to get some kind of a deal between the Detroit Three and workers. And he said he didn't see a point to that at all. Reporting live in Clinton Township, Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News.
All right, we'll be checking in with Dave Kinchin throughout the night as former President Trump makes his appearance later on tonight about 8 o'clock. Many striking auto workers, including the UAW's president, have, as you heard, they're not been very receptive to Trump's visit.
Right. Fox News' Charlie Langton joins us now live from Centerline. And Charlie, actually, Shawn Fain made it very clear he doesn't even plan to meet with the former president. What are workers there saying about it?
Well, I'll tell you what, workers here, in fact, I'm at the Mopar distribution center here in Centerline, and as you can see, a number of non-UAW workers are joining forces with the UAW workers. But before we get to the politics, about an hour or so ago, the UAW announced that they're going to make a major announcement on Friday, 10 o'clock, Facebook Live. President Shawn Fain, he will announce more plant closures, potentially more people on strike if there is not progression in the negotiations. Again, that's Friday, 10 o'clock. That's brand new. Okay, more on that coming up. First, President Biden yesterday. You just heard from Dave Kinchin, former President Trump. He is here. A lot of politicians are here, but I talked to some of these workers. Does it really make a difference in furthering the contract negotiations if these presidents and presidential candidates are here? Here's what they said.
Any chance that we can get to bring light to our situation is a good thing.
Seems the UAW strike is drawing both Biden and Trump to the state.
Very excited to have Biden come and walk the picket line. Again, the first president in U.S. history to do so.
Seems this striking UAW worker is in line with the UAW president.
Trump can go down the street. We don't want to talk to him. He ain't got nothing to say to us.
But not all are.
I love my union president, and I like Donald Trump both.
Did President Biden have any effect when he was out here?
No.
Yet Donald Trump chose to talk about union issues at a non-union shop. What do you think about that?
I don't have a thought on it, to be honest with you.
Doesn't matter?
No, it don't matter.
Going to a non-union plant, we can have a rally at a non-union facility, so I got no use for that guy.
However, many on the picket line just want a contract, and they're trying to stay out of the political mess.
At this point, I'm trying to stay apolitical. Democrats are incompetent, and Republicans are insane, and here we are. 24 is going to be fun.
All right, real quick, Troy Rollins is here. He's a committee man with the local here. Quick question. Because Shawn Fain is going to make an announcement on Friday about potentially more plants closing, does that mean that it's a breakdown in the negotiations? There's no progress?
No, that doesn't mean that. That's how negotiations go. We'll wait on the call from Shawn to let us know what's going on. He updates us daily on the issues and stuff they're having or whatever's going on.
Real quick, you're in the know. Do you think negotiations are progressing?
Like I just said, Shawn, the way it works, the process is once the negotiations are done or they get stuck on sticking points or whatever, he lets us know and we move after talking to Shawn.
All right, and again, the presidential candidates here, obviously a lot of emphasis being placed on the union and the UAW. Think anything will happen because those presidential candidates are here?
For years, the union has always, the union leaderships have always been able to negotiate these contracts, you know what I'm saying? So that's our job. That's our job to get in here and negotiate these contracts with the companies, and we're going to do that. We've been doing it throughout history. That's what we do.
All right, Troy, I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. All right, well, real quick, you heard about it. Whether or not the presidential candidates will make a difference remains to be seen. But a big announcement, Friday, 10 o'clock, Facebook Live. Of course, Fox 2 will have it. I'm live here in Centerline. I'll send it back to you.
Well, so many things going on at the same time there, Charlie. And meantime, critics believe this is all politically motivated, the visit by the former president, really just looking at his past, because he supported everything anti-union, from the right to work laws to blaming union members even for the 2008 recession, or at least their contracts.
Yeah, I mean, I think the question, if I say, there's a lot of things going on over here. We're getting a lot of support here. It's getting a little bit loud over here, here in Centerline. I think a lot of the members are mixed. There's certainly some people from the union support Trump, some support Biden, and then some people, a growing majority, say politicians keep out. Let us do the negotiations. Let the UAW do the negotiations with the big three, and maybe that's the best way to do it. But there's a lot going on over here. And again, Friday, big announcement. Taryn?
All right, we'll be looking to that as well. Charlie, thanks for the update.
To other news of the night, police are looking for the hit-and-run suspect who drove through a crowd of GM picketers near Flint. Police responded to a 911 call Tuesday afternoon at the GM plant in Swartz Creek out in Genesee County. The suspect was trying to leave the facility, but picketers were blocking the exit. Instead of waiting for the picketers to move, the suspect then drove right through them, hitting 5 people. 3 of them were sent to the hospital. Police say the suspect was driving a dark-colored Chevrolet HHR, and they are still looking for that person. If you have any information, call police.
Well, just as Rich predicted, Tuesday turned out to be a much cooler day, and we even saw some rain.
Those sprinkles are definitely out there. Weather Authority Rich Luderman joins us now. What can be next around the corner? Hopefully some stable, dry weather.
For the weekend, we have all kinds of nice weather to show you in the forecast. For the rest of tonight and tomorrow morning, we have areas of rain coming at us from the south. It's been sprinkly at times this afternoon, but we may see some steadier rains developing a little later on this evening. You can see showers, especially down through Lenawee County, south of Jackson. Light showers up around Interstate 69 through Wayne County as well. It is cool out there with all the clouds. 62 for us, 61 in Lansing. How about live pictures from Mount Clemens? You can see the clouds there. That's the Clinton River with the traffic flowing. Cloudy, showers likely, especially later on this evening, down to 58. And then a great stretch starts Friday into the weekend. Next week, we will likely see 80 degrees a few times. A full check of the 7-day coming up in 10.